How's it guys, Munash here with the 4th war of season 24. But first I had to take a certain skill champ up to rank 3, and of course that's gonna be Falcon. So yesterday I made a poll asking who I should rank 3 next between Falcon and Starsuit Spider-Man, and most of you picked Falcon. I think it was about 60 to 40% last time I checked, with about 2,400 votes. And I was happy to see that most people picked Falcon because that's my preferred choice. But I mainly just wanted to see what's the perception on Falcon after the rework, now that it has been a few months. Cause when the buff went live, I was pretty happy with it, but it didn't seem like many people were as excited as I was. So I kind of wanted to see how that has changed over time, because I feel like if I did this a few months ago, just after the buff, it might have been a different result. So yeah, now I have a rank 3 Falcon, 2nd skill champ at rank 3, and I am pretty happy about that, because this guy is pretty solid. Not the fanciest or flashiest champ, but a very reliable one. That ability accuracy reduction is just so clean, and he always had it, but now it's a lot better. It's got better duration and easier to apply. But the main thing is he's no longer a noodle, so he actually has some solid damage, especially when he's awakened. And I'm even going to give him some 6 stones right now, not because he needs it, but because I care. I want him to be at an equal footing with the rank 3 Nick Fury, and it helps my prestige a bit, but also just gives him an extra little bit of crit rate when he does have that lock on. Okay, so now we're ready for war, and today I'm going with Falcon, Human Torch, and Cosmic Ghost Rider, who I brought just for a certain Killmonger on Path 5. So yeah, today I am going to be doing a full Path 5 and no boss rush. So let's go on to Path 5. Protect war as usual. And first up we have a Dormammu with ebb and flow knockdown and power drain. So this is a very easy fight with Human Torch. I just gotta make sure that I don't trigger Dex, which is not very difficult to do as long as he throws that special attack. And yeah, even if he doesn't throw a special attack, I can always just parry and keep on doing that a couple of times. Build a lot of smolders, and then yeah, I can just take him out very quickly with a few hits. So yeah, this is a very straightforward fight with Human Torch. Just want to make sure you don't Dex. You can remove the mastery, you know, if that helps make it easier, but yeah, I just felt like it was unnecessary for this fight really. So yeah, I just gotta knock him down twice, I think, to remove the protection, get that fury from ebb and flow. Keep on baiting the special one without triggering Dex. And yeah, he goes down very quickly, barely took 30 seconds, and yeah, I like how he ends the fight in Nova form and actually shows that in the victory pose. Okay, so pretty quick stuff, and now we're gonna move on to the next fight with ebb and flow knockdown and heavy hitter. And today we have an Iron Man Infinity War on this node, which is very nice. I haven't fought him here before. And I'm just glad that it's not Havoc, you know, I fight him here quite often, so it's good to have some variety. Also, Torch works really well for this fight, so it shouldn't be a problem. Just want to be mindful that I can't always parry stun him, like when he drops those medium attacks. Just gotta get that reparry on. Then I can knock him down with the heavy attack. Go back in, be careful with those armors. I feel like I should have been auto blocked there when he had 4 armors, or did he have 3 at the time I hit him? But yeah, there I was actually sort of playing it cautiously, then I realized that, oh no, I should stop hitting him now. And then I just hit him one more time. But yeah, fortunately he didn't auto block me. So I'm just gonna carry on. Just trying to knock him down whenever the protection comes back. And of course I can't punish that heavy attack because of heavy hitter. But that's not really an issue, I just want to make sure I don't get cornered. And here I decide to parry the special one just to build more smolders and maintain the high temperature. And now he's in that last 15%, so he can trigger armor pretty easily and auto block. And has that power gain, so I'm just gonna parry heavy. You know, play it safe. Just completely avoid that auto block. And just watch him melt away with the incinerates. So one more heavy attack should do it. And he goes down. So yeah, not too bad with Human Torch. And now we're gonna move up to section 2, where first I have to take out this Professor X with Crumbling Armor, Footloose, Force of Will, and Kinetic Transference. So this is another fight that Human Torch works pretty well for, even though it doesn't actually counter Footloose. or Crumbling armor. You know, he doesn't have any power control. So it's actually a funny placement because the reason why Human Torch works pretty well is because Professor X's animations, or rather his recovery time from the special attacks, is just so long that you actually wait out most of the Footloose time while he's just recovering. So I can just bait a special 2. And then just wait for the Footloose buffs to expire. And then go back in. So you just gotta be a little bit patient when he throws the special attack. You know, wait out Footloose and then go back in. And of course, having high temperature means that Torch can't miss. So yeah, it just works well for this fight. And that's why it's a pretty bad placement if you ask me, because this is a fight where usually people use Human Torch for Professor X, you know, on a standard fight, like a typical M.O.D.O matchup, because he just counters his abilities pretty well, counters the Falcon mechanic, and Professor X deals energy damage, so that just fuels your smolders. So despite the slow playstyle, your damage will still be pretty decent. So typically Torch doesn't work well for this node, but because Professor X was placed on it, it actually ends up being an ideal matchup. So this fight has gone pretty well and there's not much left now. I just made one little slip up where I thought I parried him, but I parried the medium attack which didn't apply a stun, so then I took a few hits there. But it's not too bad. At least the fight's almost over. It's just a little bit annoying because the fight's almost over. You know, I was so close to finishing the fight without getting hit. But yeah, now I just gotta close it out, which means just hitting him, literally just tapping him one more time. So I'm just gonna wait it out and play it a bit slow just to get some willpower healing. Then I drop one hit, just one medium attack, and then the Incinerate takes him out. Okay, now let's move up to section 2 and start applying boosts. So I'm gonna use a champion boost just for now. And now I have to deal with this Killmonger with Ebb and Flow Intercept and Sadist. So this is why I brought Cosmic Ghost Rider, because I thought he would work pretty well for this fight because it's Killmonger, he's a villain, so he gets an armor break at the start of the fight. However, one thing I forgot to factor in is that Ebb and Flow is kind of bugged. While I'm not actually sure it's a bug, but the way it works is protection, when it comes back it purifies all debuffs, and they get protection at the start of the fight. But that's also when I apply the armor break debuff, so you can see that protection gets applied after the armor break, so he gets restored. Which is quite annoying because the main reason I brought Cosmic Ghost Rider is because I thought I wouldn't have to worry about the reverb damage. So I'm just going to do my usual rotation where I start with the heavy attack, followed by a full intercept to disable Ebb and Flow, then I end with a light attack. Now I got that power gain, then my next combo should put me at 2 bars of power, then drop that special 2. Then here I triggered Dex before the judgments reset, but what I didn't realize is that if you lose the dexterity buff after the judgments reset, it basically counts as it reapplying itself or re-triggering. So basically I triggered Dex so the next special 2 won't crit that much. So that was a bit annoying because I thought this special would end the fight, or at least get close to it. But yeah, unfortunately not. So I'm just going to carry on with the fight, and Ebb and Flow is kind of throwing me off because it is purifying my debuffs when the protection comes back. So those armor breaks don't actually last very long. So here I try to go for the intercept, but unfortunately it doesn't work out for me. I do get a full combo there. So I drop my heavy attack and then throw a special 3 because I just want to throw one more special 2 in this fight, and the fury buff from the special 3 will give me enough damage to not have to worry about intercepting anymore. So maybe that's the better play here. Don't worry about intercepting, just go for the special 3 because then at least you won't get your debuffs purified. Then you can just throw some special 2s because even with protection it still should do some good damage with that fury buff. Especially the second special 2 because you should still have a few armor breaks left over. Okay, so the new cycle begins, so I just need to end the combo with a light attack, then a medium attack, then throw that special 2. Don't need to worry about finishing the cycle because he goes down. So that one wasn't the cleanest, but overall not too bad, and now I know how to approach this fight a little bit better. Okay, and now we're gonna move up to Sasquatch with Ebb and Flow Intercept and Redoubled Determination. So this is a pretty good matchup for Human Torch, especially if you do have the pre-fight ability available. Otherwise, he would be gaining a lot of power with Redoubled. He can still do it without the pre-fight. I have done it before. I think it was during the previous season with Stubborn. But it's just so much easier with the pre-fight. You don't have to bait that many special attacks. So I go in with Torch and get a very quick intercept. So now I already have that passive fury. Parry heavy for temperature. Go back in, doing a lot of damage already. barely 15 seconds in. Protection comes back, but Nova Flames are passive, so they don't get purified. Beta Special 1. Drop a few more combos so I can Beta Special 2 before I Intercept once again. Okay, now he has 2 bars and activates Wrath of Tanarak, which actually makes it easier to intercept or to backdraft, just because he's more aggressive. And I can drop that special 2, does a very good amount of damage, and he's almost down now. And yeah, that's basically it. Just gotta hit him a few more times and he goes down. So yeah, pretty comfortable with the Nova Flames. Okay, now we got 2 more fights left in this war, and this is where we get to use Falcon. So now we have a rank 3 Void with Ebb and Flow Intercept, Redoubled Determination, and Crumbling Armor. And Falcon actually does work pretty well for this node, just because of his ability accuracy reduction, because he is actually able to completely shut down Ebb and Flow Intercept. You just need to intercept once in the fight, then you never have to worry about Ebb and Flow again. So before I go in, I just want to apply an invulnerability boost, more for the next fight, because it is a little bit more tricky and just to be extra safe. So this is my very first fight with the rank 3 Falcon, so it was exciting for me and definitely the highlight of this war. So I go in, parry, and then lock on. Okay, and now I just do the intercept. Now protection is gone. Don't have to worry about that ever again for this fight. And I want to make sure I stagger my combos, so I end them a little bit early just so I can remove the debuffs from Void. And just play it a little bit slow whenever I need to, just to make sure that my combo, my 10th hit, lines up with those debuffs. And yeah, this is just Void Fighting 101. You know, the basic guidelines to defeating Void with pretty much any champ. So once Ebb and Flow is taken care of, this fight actually becomes pretty easy with Falcon. In fact, it's almost like he doesn't have nodes because Redoubled doesn't do much here since Falcon doesn't debuff that much. So that just leaves Crumbling Armor, which doesn't actually do much as long as you can play pretty aggressively. Just need to hit him regularly enough so you don't get that armor break, and then Void's degen. Falcon Special 1 can also be pretty useful against Void because it does have 8 hits on it, so it's pretty good for getting up that combo. Okay, so Void goes down in just 1 minute, which must be the quickest time I've had on a rank 3 Void on this node. So that was a pretty comfortable fight with Falcon, and now we have one more, so I'm just gonna heal him up a little bit, because now we do have a Stunning Reflection M.O.D.O.K to deal with. Okay, so this M.O.D.O.K has Stunning Reflection, Polka Dot Power, and Stun Vulnerability. I did that Void fight pretty quickly, so I still have a 4 minute left on the Invulnerability boost, which was the plan, because really this is the fight that I boosted for. So the thing that makes M.O.D.O.K a little bit annoying even with Falcon is his Flux passive, because he can randomly get plus 25% ability accuracy, which means that he can still auto block when you're locked on. And that's also why it's actually quite risky to use Falcon against M.O.D.O.K on Hazard Shift, because you can still get those debuffs on you. So instead of doing the usual 5-hit combos, I'm just gonna do 4 hits and then back off, just to be safe so he can't auto block and punish me. And now because it's also Stunning Reflection, I'm just gonna be doing backdrops with the light attack, which I found to be pretty reliable with Falcon, so I just feel a lot safer doing it, and that just means I don't have to actually hold block that much to get those easy openings. Okay, so lock on expires for the first time and managed to take down a decent amount of health. Just gonna carry on with the fight, same system, just gonna play a little bit more safe because he can auto block a lot more when he doesn't have that lock on. Then I wait for the red ring to reactivate, then I can just lock on again and carry on, you know, 4-hit combos, backdrop light attack, repeat. Bait Special 1, and the fight is going very well at this stage. You can see it actually went almost flawlessly. I had a very good fight until the end where I don't know how. I honestly don't know how, because I thought I blocked that. Not parry, but actually blocked, because I was very conscious of Stunning Reflection at the time. So I was genuinely surprised to see the stun, and a little bit sad because the fight was going pretty much perfectly till the very end. And if I had one more crit out of that last combo, it would have been perfect, but nope, unfortunately not. I do get wrecked a little, you know, just a bit, but overall a pretty good fight, and I'm really happy with this rank 3 Falcon that I now have, because I've been waiting for this champ, or rather I've been waiting for the tier 5 skill to take this guy up for quite a while now, so I'm pretty chuffed about this one. I think Falcon will be a pretty relevant champ for quite some time, just because that ability accuracy reduction is so useful, minus 100% defensive, and it's very easy to apply. It's passive, so no one is immune to it, except for those that are actually immune to ability accuracy reduction itself, but no one's actually immune to the lock-on ability. Then you get the evade matchups where the damage ramp up is pretty nice, and I might do some Abyss gameplay as well just to showcase that and show how good he can actually be as a rank 3 6-star. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.